In Motortown, everyone chasing the big rigs. The fast ones, the flashy ones, and the ones with enough torque to pull a small moon. But somewhere between all these supercharged egos and the triple axle trucks, there's a car that nobody talks about. A car that doesn't ask for attention, and somehow still does everything. It's not fast, it's not beautiful, but it's absurdly versatile. You can use it for jobs, road trips, off-road adventures, taxi runs, or just cruising in a total suburban comfort. It's the kind of car that makes you say, wait, why don't I use this more often? And this is an ode to the most underrated car in Motortown. This is the Stagen. It's slow and it's boxy, and it got the cornering dynamics of a fridge falling down a hill. But it might just be the best car in Motortown if you got race socks and a drawer full of barbecue tongs. This is not a car for thrill seekers, but this is a car for connoisseurs of function. For people who check their tire pressure before going on a grocery run, and for the dads, digital or otherwise. And underneath all that suburban mass sits a V8 engine. Yes, a real proper V8 180 horsepower engine with a 4-speed muscle transmission, rear-wheel drive, and a top speed of 170 km/h. Downhill with some tailwind if you skip lunch. It weighs just over 1.8 tons, which is exactly how it feels when you turn into a corner. But at weight, that gives you something money can't buy: momentum and dignity. And yes, it has 4 seats. Just enough room for you, your friends, and all the terrible decisions that you've made in your life. The Stagen isn't just a couch on wheels. It's a multi-role utility machine. Like a Swiss Army knife had a child with a suburban dad's dream car. It's a car that does everything. If you take a look at the taxi, usually luxury sedans get all the glory. But the Stagen, that's comfort without the ego. It's like that uncle with a van who always offers a ride but never asks for gas money. And with a room for 5 passengers and low fuel consumption and low maintenance costs, it's an ideal starter taxi, especially if you're building up your passenger experience. It may not have leather seats or active suspension, but it has something more important, and that's legroom and soul. And if they rate you 3 stars for using a wagon, you remind them you also didn't blast techno music at 7 a.m. And you know what's even more beautiful? It can carry up to 12 industrial strength burger boxes, the true unit measurement of Motortown. That means it's perfect for small delivery contracts, starter jobs, or quick errands when pulling out a full box truck feels like overkill. You'll find yourself using it more than you think, especially for light warehouse contracts or quick city drops. But don't let the kids eat in the back, because you'll never get the cheese smell out, not even with 3 air fresheners and a priest. And if you slap a hitch on the Stagen, it will transform from a budget van to a backyard beast. You'll go from the neighborhood errand boy to the do-it-yourself logistics CEO overnight. Add a small cargo trailer and double your cargo capacity without touching your bank account. It handles trailers surprisingly well, especially on paved roads, and it doesn't wobble like some lighter cars. You won't be hauling excavators, but for warehouse crates, tool deliveries, and burger logistics, this thing gets it done. And if it starts swaying, it's definitely not the car, it's the operator. Easy on that throttle, Turbo Tim. And now for the best part. In every Motortown playthrough, there is this moment where you don't want to grind and you just want to vibe. And the Stagen is that moment in wagon form. With a top speed of around 135 km/h, great visibility, and an above average fuel consumption, it's perfect for exploring the full map on a single tank. Add a passenger, cruise up the mountains, or just pick a road and go. It's a slow-burning road trip fantasy with cup holders. And don't worry if you're late, because if the vibes are right, roll down the windows, crank that jazz up, and let the hills carry you home. Some might say that the Stagen once outran a boxy downhill with some gravity assistance. Others say it's the only car in Motortown that comes preloaded with dead energy. All we know is that it's not all-wheel drive, and it doesn't care. And the wooden paneling, 100% pixels. That V8 rumble, engineered to sound like your dad reversing out of the driveway in 1991. And the turn radius, slightly tighter than a cruise ship. Cup holder count, emojically at least 3. So should you drive the Stagen? Of course. And if you're level 8 and broke, too old for sports cars, or just in need of a sleeper rig with a grandpa swagger, then yes, you should. Because this isn't just a car, it's a lifestyle. And in a game full of hatchbacks, powerful semis, and ridiculous off-roaders, the Staggen is a quiet, confident nod to reliability. It won't win races, but you will definitely finish every one of them with trunk space to spare. And that's why the Staggen is the most underrated car in the game. Drop your favorite underrated car in the comments, and if you see me driving past in this badge brick, honk twice and I'll wave back slowly.